So this June, we're trying some new things, and I think we can do that. This channel is still small. We can still do things like that, right? And besides, being proud of the weird things in your country is its own kind of nerdy, right? And this is sort of about gaming. So let us welcome you to a new series that I'm calling Canadian Things from the 90s. So today we're talking about a game show that truly displays the beauty of being Canadian, including one of our national treasures. The show in question is simply called Uh-Oh.
Spinning the wheel, speed around mayhem, uh-oh.
Running from 1997 to 2003, Uh-Oh was one of the longest running shows on YTV, which is pretty much a basic cable mix of Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Chorus Entertainment, along with some Canadian programming mixed in there. This is where we watched Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and SpongeBob SquarePants, and even late-night anime like Inuyasha, Death Note, and Gundam Wing. But discussing YTV will be for another time, as during the daytime programming included Uh-Oh, a game show for kids. I'd say it's similar to Nickelodeon's Guts show, but I actually haven't seen that, but trust me, this is way lower budget. But it captured that same high energy, wacky fun, and I think that's the point here. Looking back, you could tell it was shot in some warehouse, but the kids, holy crap, were they into it. You ever wanted to remember what you and your friends sounded like on your 10th birthday? The point is, the show captured that energy, and with probably one of the greatest game show hosts in all of history, an underrated national treasure himself, WINK YAHOO! What a lovable man. The facial expressions, the eccentric outfits, how could you not fall for him? And the announcer known as Mr. Voiceman.
Mr. Voiceman.
Gotta love that kind of humor. He had energy for days, and the announcer was actually a key role of the opening of the show.
What do you say when your best friend gets a pimple that waves and says hello?
Whoa. Gross. But then there's the supporting cast. You got Sam and Aaron, who are the camp counselors trying to corral these kids for the events. You often see them guiding the kids all over the place, like, hey, go over there, that's where the game is. Because you can tell the kids were barely paying attention. They're just happy to be on TV. Then there's Patricia, who runs the speed round. She probably has the cushiest job on this whole show. What the crap? I mean, she has to read the questions quickly, I guess, but you know what? She's really pretty. But then there's the Punisher. I love how he breaks out of the side of the cage. It's classic. And oh my god, is he assaulting that child? I mean, I guess we didn't question it back then. But even the mightiest shall boweth down to the Canadian icon, Mr. Yahoo.
Punisher, control!
Yeah, you stay in your place, Punisher. Wink, you're doing us all a service. The Punisher is a menace to our fair nation. The game show itself, not complicated. 3 teams of 2, one spins the wheel and the other does all the challenges. Each team gets 2 turns to spin the wheel per round. It can land on Mayhem, which is the often messy challenges, and half the time I feel like they're just making up the rules.
The local baseball team needs a new mascot and they've decided on a hot dog.
A hot dog!
What I want you to do is to dump the ketchup, the relish, and the mustard all over yourself. Get yourself covered and jump into that hot dog bun. If you can do that, you're gonna get yourself 50 well-cooked points. Are you ready?
Sam or Aaron blurts it out so quickly because the show is on a tight 21-minute runtime.
You know what? Do beans fly? Well, they will in this game. That's right. You got 20 seconds to fling these beans onto the brim of the hats that our audience members are wearing.
But hey, audience involvement. Parents must have hated their kids coming home covered in oatmeal and food coloring. Then there's the speed round, which, as I mentioned, Patricia just asks 10 questions in about 20 seconds, and oftentimes kids are just way too excited to be on the show to even answer questions properly.
When is it safe to eat thumbtacks? Tags.
What? Really? Did you even hear what you said? Did you even hear what the question was? I know the kid's probably like 10 years old, but I still find that really funny. Am I an asshole? Then there's the dump, which is like a knockoff Plinko, and you can actually give other teams points, which is kind of weird, but okay. Also, this is Patricia's other job, handing the kid the ball. Yeah, this and the speedrun, that's all she does. I'm actually jealous of how little she has to do on this show. There's also the win and spin, lose and spin, and trade and spin, which is important. You can win or lose 20 points and then take your turn. Or you can trade your score with another team and then get another spin. So pretty much red team has the best chance of winning since they can just trade points right at the end of the game. So if anything, think about the right shirt. But the most important spot on the wheel is the titular uh-oh spot. The spinner gets asked a question by WINK YAHOO. God, he's precious. And the teammate is put into the glass booth controlled by the Punisher. It's one skill testing question. Get it right, and your partner is saved, and you score like 50 points. Guess wrong, and the Punisher gets to slime your teammate, making your friend's parents hate you just a little bit more.
You ruined his shoes!
But honestly, you could tell that the kids were into it. And the Punisher loved giving his witty one-liners, usually pertaining to the question.
I hate it when I get lava poo.
Oh yeah, the questions were like, actually difficult.
Where was the Zamboni invented? Ontario, California, British Columbia, or the North Pole?
Ontario.
You say Ontario, you're absolutely wrong. It's California.
What? How am I supposed to know that? I don't even know that. And these kids are supposed to know that? This also aired on Discovery Kids, so I guess they wanted to make it seem educational. But damn, you can tell half the kids are just guessing. I don't even know the answer to half of these Canadian trivia. I should be ashamed. Okay, on to the second round, which is a bit different from the other rounds. So continuing in this Canadian education, they cut to a pre-taped segment where they do some obstacle course version of the show in towns and cities across Canada. And they made sure to pick seldomly remembered historical cities like Drumheller, Alberta, Saint Denis, Saskatchewan, and of course, Corner Brook, Newfoundland. To my American viewers, think like state capitals of the flyover states and like small towns of the big states. Heck, even just small towns of the small states. You might have heard of them, but But you know, to these towns, this was probably a big deal. Oh my God, we're gonna be on national television? Calling ourselves
John! They're covered in crap! Slime Jordan, what is the doors all about? I'm Looney Lee and I'm gonna take this game, yeah! I'm playing a Donna and this game is mine!
I'm just on your right, kick some butt.
okay, kid, you look a little too old for this show, dude. Okay. And running around and jumping in pools of slime. Though again, it was paired with this, oh, but it's being educational. It's so weird. Meanwhile, back in the studio, the three teams aren't really giving a crap about the 50-pound CRT television hanging from the rafters. Yo, you gotta be careful with that. And they have to guess who they think would win. Yeah, kids are effectively betting on other kids. Something feels wrong about that. But it's only worth like 35 points, so it's actually really inconsequential when each spin of the wheel in the other rounds can get you close to the same amount. Heck, the win and spin gives you almost half of that, and then you get another turn. You know what? It's actually kind of like that mini game in Mario Party, Day at the Races, where like all their names, well, in one of the other ones, they had like names that were supposed to like give you an idea of what they were doing, and the kids even have really crappy nicknames as well. Maybe that's what they were going for. And then we get to the third round, which is exactly the same as the first round, except you'll see the spinners covered in goo since they swapped places with their partner, and also the wheel is a bit different. Oh, okay. The round is otherwise exactly the same as the first round, though in later seasons they added Uh-oh Deluxe, which is worth more points, and if you lose, your teammate gets double slimed. Oh no, it's so sad. But yeah, then they crown a winning team and they get such amazing prizes, such as...
Now, Mr. Voiceman, please talk to us about the prizes, will ya?
JVC Kaboom Box, CCM hockey jerseys, Hubba Bubba.
Just what every kid wanted. You know, going back to this was such a treat. And it's funny because you forget how low budget it was, but we were hooked on this stuff when we were 10 years old. It's nostalgic, and you can see the excitement in the contestants, and heck, even the cast seemed to really enjoy what they were doing. I can see why it ran for 6 seasons. WINK YAHOO alone is entertaining, from his facial expressions, delivery, everything about it is the perfect level of cheesy. The Punisher looks so low budget with his hockey mask and umpire vest, but you can tell everyone there is having a great time, and I think that's the beauty of it. Lots of the episodes are actually up on YouTube, so I'll link some of them in the description down below. Check it out sometime, whether you remember it or you've never heard of it. Whew, boy, is it wild. Thank you for listening to me discuss these sorts of things. It's fun to look at, personally. There's definitely other old Canadian things I could look at as well, so if you'd like to see more, let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you hosers later, eh? I had to try to be Canadian there at the end. Woo! Peace out!